Hello everybody and welcome to our first installment of our hit new series Bad Decisions, where we delve the depths of the earth looking for interesting content. Today's location is brought to us by a user on Discord who asked to remain anonymous. What are you talking about? Of course this footage is at normal speed. This entrance is normally blocked by a pile of rocks, but I've already removed them. What remains are these balloons. Hate to burst your bubble, but the party's over. So, I joined the user's world and he showed me a person, and I have to remember where it was, so it's kind of ironic that I'm going to show you something that I don't even know where it is. Well, there's got to be a hint around here somewhere. Where the entrance was to this place. It's somewhere in this cave, I know that. There's one more of these little balloons. A lot of iron in here, which is great. It was at this moment that I remembered that I'd already recorded my first visit to this location, and I only needed to check the footage to find the entrance. Wind step through, and we're in. So we have an invisible wall where we can see into the cave we were just in. You can poke through a little bit. I placed a lodestone here. Yeah, Stormtouched Highlands. So, we have iron ore here you can interact with. And you can kind of get up here. Continuing on, we enter the first chamber, which is really massive. Look at the dragon skull. This area, I assume, goes pretty much under the entire map, or at least Stormtouched Highlands area. But look at how large this... Put on some light. I mean, you could build a whole settlement down here if you really wanted to. I don't know how well it would play, but... Over here, the ground is really close to the ground, so you could build something. Oh, was that a wolf? Ah. Well, unfortunately, you can't shoot through the ceiling. Coming around here where you see it loops back. You could build like a whole clan hall down here. I hope they update the packs to include survival items like basic food or water. Let's see what else we got down here. Let's take a look up here. Call this a live edge in the woodworking world. Now here it looks like we can interact with the surface world. Well, we can at least poke our head through. That's perfect. Oh wow. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm gonna make that. That's not even gonna be an avatar. That's gonna be a wallpaper. Look at that. That is just perfect. Well, regardless, that's a vanity project for another day. So there's a nice canyon across the way. I want to see how far we can get down. Foreshadowing. So here's a brief peek at my cabin in a different cavern on the other side of the map, which I'm calling the Mithraeum for obvious reasons. I know it's hard to see, but it is just so atmospheric down here without a light. Alright, well, we've established that it has collision. So that's a good first step. I think what we're going to do is we're going to build an engine. Or as close to an engine as we can build, which is really more of a platform. So, in archaeology, the best discoveries were made with the use of dynamite. And so with spelunking, my philosophy is that the best discoveries are going to be made with the use of catapults. Specifically, I'm going to be making discoveries by catapulting myself off of this corner. This is painstaking work. It is one area that I hope that they do improve on, is the ability to quickly build simple structures. With snapping and stability issues being the primary problems in my personal life. Right, cut ahead, I've added a couple more ladders, but let's see what we got. Alright, made it across safely, and over here, a bit of a false rock here. Ah, perfect. I want to go ahead and build a shelter down here. I'd like to build the minimum structure possible. So we're going to start with one half-wall segment and two of the, no, not the small ones, the medium-sized, whatever angle that is, 30 degree or something. Place one bed down here. And nope. Okay. What if we add a second? Nope. It's too exposed now. Okay. Alright, how about a second wall segment? Nope. Maybe if we fix the roof so that it fully encloses the bed area. Nope. Alright, well, how about one more half wall segment? Alright, that's it. So, I knew that it was two full wall segments and a fully enclosed roof would work, but I've wondered what the minimum threshold is. I do feel the need to correct this. According to Toth the Atlantean in the Emerald Tablets, it preserves your life if you sleep with your head facing south by southwest, so I'm going to go ahead and rotate my bed. What we found is a false wall along this cliff edge here. It's pretty low down. I don't really know what you could do with this, but... I could frame this entire thing as just me going to collect my belongings from my previous death. The process I'm working with at this point is to use the Eye of Oculus to search along the wall for areas that I can use to build. What I'm trying to do is effectively build scaffolding points where I can jump onto. So it's kind of a balance between wanting to use as few resources as possible, because it is difficult to get out here, at least until I get down another lodestone somewhere, and also not wanting to constantly die and resurrect. I paid for every transition. We're going to use every transition. Watch your step. Watch your step. This rock has a false floor, so looks like it's about a body height, maybe a little bit above a body height. So if you wanted to hide something in there, you easily could. After many hours of experience, I learned a vital lesson that you should not take these kinds of jumps with 30 hit points. So we're gonna have to wait here and heal up for just a bit longer. Perfect. OSHA approved. Here's our first peek around the corner. A little bit there. Let's see if we can get over there. While we're here, it's a good time to take in the scenery. Okay, not too much now. I really find the parkour aspect of this to be entertaining and relaxing. Moments like this notwithstanding. Unfinished terrain tends to have areas like this where you can just get stuck indefinitely. Ah, look. Content. I'm so tired. So we've rounded the first corner, and I think for this salient moment we should cut to live recording exactly as I played it. No speed alterations, no jump cuts, no poorly edited just audio. The raw experience as I played it in the moment. It'll be almost like I'm streaming it, except that I'm not going to say anything because I'm not a person that externally monologues mundane moments of my life. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this live clip.
not a water, dirty water. You're a drinking. Oh no, 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 I'm thinking that that's not a water you're drinking. Oh, now I know a dirty water, that's not clean, a dirty water. How did you not know a dirty water? Can't you see that it's green? A dirty water. A dirty water, oh, 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 a dirty water. Oh, I'm a thinking a dirty water. That's a dirty water. Not a water, a dirty water. You're a drinking. Oh, I'm thinking that that's not water you're drinking. A dirty water, 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 dirty water. Oh, I'm a thinking a dirty water. That's a dirty water. Not a water, a dirty water. You're a drinking. Oh no, no, no. I'm thinking that that's not a water you're drinking.
Very exciting. Let's take a look around at this plateau. So we have a little cave in here. Looks like we probably jump over there without any difficulty. Let's put on some light. Okay. Take a look in there. Yeah, this is a pretty big area. You could build like a lakeside chalet or something along those lines. I did see entrance or something up here I wanted to take a look at. Oh! Well, hello. Ooh, shit. Yeah, I got pretty lucky here. Okay, so this side of the chasm is not protected from dragon breath. Good to know. And yeah, this, oh, wow. We appear to have broken off the edge of the map, and there is at least some area that you can walk on, like a invisible floor along the edge of this cliff. You can walk over to the first leg. I want to edit that out most. This is a really cool cliffside. Well, anyway, let's go get my stuff. So, I discovered that this area here, this little V-shaped notch, is something of a trap. So for some reason I can cast spells, but it's very difficult to actually wind step out of here. So be mindful of that. Oh, I hate getting unstuck. It just makes me so
I knew
mad.
I should have just made a staircase.
I should be able to make it all
Maybe
the
if
way
I just went
up.
up
I
instead.
should just be able to jump
Always
it out.
at the
Just
start of the
jump.
platform, just jump.
Alright, let's make a second attempt. I'll do the same thing again. God. Yeah, how many of you have been here? Crazy how many air runes you go through when you're parkouring across the map. Again, are you joking? At this point, I've neared the end of my patience. I get my power from the sun. We're gonna make it across this time, I can feel it. Just believe. I'm just kidding, all this audio is done in post. Between clips, I did a little constructing. I built this horrible little ladder. It gets us up over the hump. And I also built a little platform down there, which should hopefully give us somewhere to land. Alright, you ready? I'm not. Alright, here we go. I've got to look at that again. That was so close. Let's see if we can get back out there. I know there is an invisible floor, but I don't really want to rely on it. So I'm going to build a little bit of a platform here to jump to. I'm improving the natural beauty. That is one creepy looking attic. Alright, found the invisible floor again. Just break through this and reclaim my stuff. Alright, we are good to go. I wonder what's over there. Oh, thank you. Floor runs out. See if we can jump over there. Wonderful. So we're running into an invisible wall at the moment. Able to get into this little area here. Can't go far, but you can hide like a chest or something in there. Maybe a secret bed, something like that. But there's an invisible wall that goes right to this corner. And I'm trying to jump over it, I'm not able to. I suspected that might be the case. There's a death wall on the eastern side, so I figured there's probably one on the west. Right now I'm moving the lodestone to be close to the bed, because it's inconvenient to run back that far. It does look really cool over here. Oh, I think that's where I died, but... Wait, oh...
Not again. You ever feel like life is just shitting on you? Not having lodestone materials, I decided to return to exploring the main cliffside. I've already placed a few platforms there. That really is a pretty sight. Kind of reminds me of like Minecraft or something where it loads improperly and they're just floating islands in the sky. There's a small false wall section here. You can maybe put like a chest or something there. I'm doing this next section in snippets to save your time more than anything. Suffice to say that this was very time consuming, building all these little platforms. We're trying to get up on top of this cliff face. It looks like there's a little plateau or a mountain peak or something up there, so we're going to try to see what's up there now. There is like a little invisible floor here as well. I kind of built a platform there so it prevents me from going any further. You can kind of see through the wall the platforms I'll be parkouring up tomorrow. Well, that wraps it up for the first installment of Bad Decisions. Hope you enjoyed and hope to see you next time.